Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army. In this video, we continue with another installment of our Ultimate Challenge series. Now, for those of you not familiar with the Ultimate Challenge rules, it's basically this. I get to go out in a stock mech, and I am not allowed to make any alterations to the mech chassis. I can make no changes to the weapons loadout of the mech. I'm not allowed to unlock any skill nodes, and I'm not allowed any consumables. So basically, it's taking a mech directly off the shelf in its vanilla format, taking it to the battlefield, and seeing just how good or bad this mech performs right out of the gate. In this video, we have a real treat coming your way because we have managed to field a hero mech. It is the Catapult hero known as the Jester. Now, the first thing that I really love about this mech is the fact that it comes with an understated paint scheme, and that will give you low observability on the battlefield. The enemy will never see you coming. There are two domination matches coming your way in this video. The first one is playing in the background already. It's domination on HPG Manifold. And as that continues, let's get into the Catapult Jester. And this is a heavy inner sphere, 65-tonner. Taking a quick look at the build is going to look something like this. 2 large lasers, 2 medium lasers, 2 small lasers, 2 AMS, 1 ton of ammo, standard engine 295, 2 jump jets for mobility, top speed 73.5 kph. And with all the 2s that I was throwing at you, hopefully you saw the pattern of this mech. Now, this mech is affectionately known as the party favorite in some circles because it has a little of something for everyone. And also the fact that when you alpha strike, well, you're kind of a one-man laser light show. So let's see what trouble we can get into in this match. Again, we're on HPG Manifold. We've managed to make contact on the right flank, and now we're being pushed and harassed by a Wolfhound, and I'm not sure what his thought process was here, because not only do I have the rest of my teammates, but I am a bigger mech with maybe a little more firepower, but definitely a little more armor than this light Wolfhound. And as he runs into the basement, we manage to chalk up our first kill. Hallelujah! We take out the Wolfhound with our laser light show, but he's got friends trying to push in out of Echo 5 as well, and I'm going to go with my teammate and see if we can't ruin their plans, as it were. 2 of them Echo 5. There are 2 or 3 enemy units operating out of Echo 5 in front of us, and one of them looks to be our friend the Nightjeer from a little earlier in the drop, and I want to try and get an angle on him, and this is where the jump jets come in handy, getting a little vertical maneuverability, trying to get eyes on the enemy location. There's a little bit of friendly fire. Wait, that one wasn't friendly fire. So I've got to be careful because my center torso is bright red, and I don't want to get my mech shot out from under me. So coming around the right-hand side, yes indeedy, there is our friend the Nightjeer from before. Get a good burn on his center torso, and it looks like he's got some friends back there for support. Sure enough, there is another enemy unit, and that's an assault that is backing up the Nightjeer. I'm pretty sure I don't want to mess with the Supernova, but I do want to finish off that Nightjeer. I know he's open center torso, and I just need to be able to focus. There we go, the medium lasers for the win, and that chalks up our second kill of the match. And the good news is I now have some more support, so I can take on the Supernova. I don't want to go toe-to-toe with him per se, but as long as he's got target diversity and he's not focusing my poor mech, we should be in good shape. And now he's opened both side torsos, and he's under heavy pressure, and down goes the Supernova. The score is now 10-3, and we just need to mop up the last 2 remaining enemy units. Unfortunately, they're on the other side of the circle from me. I'm going to try to get into position, but I don't think I'm going to get any shots off on these last 2 units before my teammates mop them up for the victory. And sure enough, they managed to score the kills. Switching over to the end screen, we wind this one up with 2 kills, 3 assists, 469 damage done. On to our next drop. This is the second domination match, and this time we're on Terra Therma, and this is going to be a really good test to see how the heat treats our mechs with all of these lasers. And while this drop plays out in the background, I do want to get back into the catapult itself. There are some things that I like about this mech, some things that I don't like about this mech. So let's start with the dislikes. There's only 2 major ones, but they're exactly that. They are major ones. Sneaking a quick look back at the build itself, the first dislike is going to be the armor distribution, because that plays into your survivability, especially without the skill nodes active. The stock armor, the way it's set up, makes this a very squishy build. There's a lot of wasted armor, in my opinion, on the back of the mech. I would rather have that up front facing the enemy. So this does feel very, very squishy. Keep in mind too, on the quirks, there are no armor quirks for this mech. There are structure quirks, but no armor quirks. The second big thing that I really don't like about this mech is the stock weapons loadout. Yes, I get it. It's a meme. And what do you expect? The problem is this: with all of those lasers, I only have a 35.5 alpha. So it's going to take a lot to get work done on enemy mechs. And of course, the minute I say that, we have found a couple of assault mechs in really bad positions in the low ground below us. Believe it or not, the heat management isn't too bad, and that's allowing us to do the damage over and over and over again, and in fact, it allows us to rack up the kill on the dire wolf down there in the low ground. So there's our first kill of this drop. And if you've liked the content thus far, I would really appreciate your help in growing the channel to reach more pilots with this type of content. Moving on to the things that I really like about this mech. First thing that I really like about this mech is the arm mounts are very high up on the mech. In fact, they're above cockpit level. The second thing that I really like about this mech is the fact that it comes with jump jets. So combining high weapons mounts with jump jets means, yes, this mech is really good at the vertical peaking game. The other thing that I really like about this mech is the speed and maneuverability it has. And dare I say, after running around in the cockpit a little bit, this mech feels a whole lot like the linebacker. Now, is this the Inner Sphere's answer to the linebacker? Well, I don't know, but the argument could be made. It just feels a whole lot faster than the 73.5 kph. Now, jumping back into the action on this match, we've managed to find a couple of the outlying enemy units. In fact, one of them is a catapult, and it's a Catapult Jester. We managed to get a shot through the center torso and take him out of the game. And that means I can say something I've been waiting to say for a long, long time. Jester's dead. Top Gun reference there for y'all. Anyway, we are cleaning up this second group of enemy mechs. We are destroying them en masse and forcing them out of the circle as well. And it's the aggression that my team has shown that has led us to this point. We were able to engage the group at Echo 7, destroy them, push them out of the circle, pivot, and engage this second group at Golf 6, push them out of the circle, destroying them as well. Now the score is 10-1, and those last 2 enemy units have an impossible task. They have to hold the capture point because the clock is below 10 seconds, so that puts a lot of pressure on them. And to do so means they are going to face a collective group of mechs and focused firepower. So as we hunt down these last 2, I don't know if we're going to kill them before the time runs out, but as we do that, let's take a look at the rating for this mech. Based on everything that I've gone through and everything I've done with this mech, I give it a firm 2 turd rating. Switching over to our end screen, we finished this one out with 2 kills, 7 assists, 560 damage done.